We take a look inside a disturbing practice. Parents worry that their children might be gay, sending them to programs promising to change their child's sexual orientation. ABC's Brian Ross visited some of these organizations across the country in a year-long investigation and found that in some cases, their methods can range from simply controversial to extremely cruel.
Okay, so this is a bit of a rush job.
Actor Jeremy Jordan was busy filming his role as Supergirl's sidekick in the popular CBS series.
Are you crying?
No.
When he got some news that would affect him. The news about his 17-year-old lesbian cousin, Sarah, who had been sent away by her parents.
They were taking drastic measures and putting her away for being gay, and she was terrified.
Sarah Jabert was being held incommunicado at the Heartlight Christian Boarding School outside Hallsville, Texas, a well-kept, sprawling, ranch-like facility. Her parents deny they sent her here because she had a girlfriend, but Heartlight says it is a place of refuge for teens, including lesbians.
Well, we kind of specialize in that now.
This is how its owner, Mark Gregston, describes the work on his website.
I meet with girls across the country that are struggling in same-sex relationships, and I think I've just gained an understanding about how to approach them.
And Sarah's friends feared that she was about to be put through an ordeal designed to stop her from embracing her sexuality.
She had no contact with the outside world. They took away her phone, and she's just basically in this sort of surprise prison, almost.
Prison?
Yeah.
Jordan's cousin Sarah is one of the unknown number of American gay teens who have been sent away to religious programs.
As a Christian, I believe that the Bible teaches that to choose to engage in homosexual conduct is a sin.
Pastor Peter Sprigg of the powerful conservative group the Family Research Council insists what he calls sexual reorientation therapy with spirituality can work.
With teenage boys and girls, it's probably the most likely to be effective because their sexuality is still developing, and therefore they're less set in their ways.
Even though leading medical groups and the U.S. Surgeon General say that it is not effective and may cause harm.
No, I don't agree with that.
You think it is sound?
I think it is sound.
And that it does not harm the people who are put through this therapy?
That's correct.
Heartlight in Texas says it does not practice gay conversion, but does warn the parents of lesbians on its website that doing nothing only allows her to sink deeper into a lifestyle that God warns against.
We've got a story of a young gay youth, a 19-year-old, thrown out of his home by his family after having staged a gay intervention, it was called. Things got tough, things got heated, they even turned violent. Now, we have chosen not to identify this teen nor his family. The teen, recorded the confrontation on his cell phone, and many of you have reacted to this online, so I want you to take a look.
So all of that support that you told me about, oh, I support you. I don't support what you do.
And we don't support your habit.
What you do.
No.
And I have a lot of friends that are gay, but they're friends. See, they're not related to me.
That's not what you told me that day on the couch. That doesn't seem very motherly to me.
And you told me on the phone that you made that choice. You know you wasn't born that way. You know damn good and well you made that choice. You know that this man has done everything he can to raise you, and you told me right on that damn phone that that was a choice you made. He didn't need to blame himself. So don't fill these people full of bull.
You're twisting my words. You
twist everybody.
You are a completely different person.
Let me tell you something.
All right, we're going to call the young man David. He will join us shortly. Please keep in mind that this family is sincere in their religious beliefs, even though some of you may find their views unacceptable. I want to play you a little bit more of, remember the young man, we're calling him David. We're going to play a little more of David's video. Have a look at this.
Since you have chosen that path, we will not support you any longer. You will need to move out and find wherever you can to live and do what you want to, because I will not let people believe that I condone what you do.
Okay. Well, I will be out by Thursday night at midnight. How about that?
All right.
I'll be completely out, and you'll never, ever have to see me again.
David, can you tell us your version of what happened?
Yes, it was expected. There were some suspicious phone calls within the few minutes leading up to it that kind of gave me the impression that that was what was going to happen.
You mean that there was going to be an ambush of some type?
Yeah, I figured something was going to happen.
Have they been so vocal in their condemnation of you before this?
My dad has. There were indirect comments made about the topic in general, but never towards me.
And so you knew they were not happy with having a gay young man in their family. Did you ever think about not coming out to them?
Oh, yes. I mean, I lived in fear of coming out to them.
It's an abomination. You'll go to hell.
66 stories, the same number of books in the Bible, Black LGBTQ Christians sharing their experiences within the Black church.
I was never shamed. I was never, not directly, when those, people, they get up and give the homosexual speech every so often.
It's part of Pride in the Pews, Can I Get a Witness project. Founder Don Abrams says his organization's goal is to queer the Black church one testimony at a time.
We believed organizationally that the stories and voices and lived experiences of Black LGBTQ+ Christians were important.
The youngest person interviewed was 19 years old, the oldest 70.
A lot of the folks that we had the privilege of connecting with had deep roots in their faith. They were praying, they were going to church.
Digging deeper, the responses revealed challenges that Abram knows all too well.
I was seen as the embodiment of a sort of antithesis of the theology that my church subscribed to. They didn't believe that you can be both queer and Christian at the same time.
Many participants decided to share their stories to dispel that narrative.
There are so many queer people who dedicate their entire lives to church ministry, but they have to compartmentalize part of themselves.
I'm thinking about the next generation of young children who are raised and reared in the rich and fabulous tradition of the Black church, and I want them to be able to show up as their full selves.
Abram wants to use the interviews to help Black church leaders better understand and serve LGBTQ members.
There are pastors and preachers in corners of our country who want to have the conversation, who are eager to have it, but they have to be presented the opportunity, and those of us who do the work have to meet them where they are. And when we do that, we will see progress.
Keeping the faith that having this long overdue conversation can finally bring about change.